and welcome to your reading for August the 28th through September the 2nd. I want to thank you all for tuning in, for watching, commenting, sharing, and if you haven't already, subscribing. Thank you so much for all the support. And I'm Mary Trimble with Live in the Solution, and we're going to go to the cards. I've already shuffled. If you've seen these readings before, I usually shuffle on camera, but I find that it's quicker and less boring for people if they don't see it. If you would rather me shuffle on camera, I have no area with that, but please comment below and I'll change it up. Okay, so Monday, we have the Two of Wands. Now this is a fiery, passionate card, and in this deck, which is the Gateway to the Divine Tarot, this is a decision. There are slightly different meanings with different cards, with different card decks, but it's all in the interpretation. So but looking at the rest of your cards, I really do feel that this is going to be a decision that's coming up for you. And you may not, look, there's two wands here, right? With one key, and there's two boxes. Only one key, so you have to choose the right box. What I suggest you do, it's what I always do when I have a difficult decision, is I go inside and I meditate. Even if it's for a few seconds and it's the first thought that comes up to me, and I go for it. I have to trust my intuition, trust your instincts. We have a full moon going into Pisces on the 6th, and Mercury is going out of retrograde, so it's going direct on the 5th. So we have these energies coming up, and with the moon going into Pisces, the full moon in Pisces, we're going to, it's a very, intuition, our psychic abilities, our spirituality, everything's going to be enhanced. So on Monday, because we're coming up to that, it's already developing, those energies are developing. I suggest that if something comes up for you to make a decision, really take some deep breaths, go inside and ask for help with the decision, and go with your instinct, go with your intuition. And that's for Monday. Now on Tuesday, we have Temperance. Now, I always feel there's definitely a story here, Sagittarius. I'm seeing a very interesting story as all the cards are out. It's really nice to see that story. Now, Temperance is all about balance and moderation. When this card comes up, now, when this card comes up, you've got moderation and you've got balance, right? There's equilibrium going on here. So sometimes getting to the right, getting into balance is through trial and error, and sometimes it can be a little, dodgy here and there as you're finding your feet, so to speak, and your balance. So just on Tuesday, remember, don't get drunk. Don't eat your way through a problem. This to me is always when you're trying to avoid something and you overuse something. So it could be over drinking, overthinking, overeating, playing video games too much, whatever, just watching the television too much. There should be a balance, and think of everything in moderation, and you can't go wrong. So if you're tempted to use something to get out of your feelings, take a deep breath, remember this reading, and don't. So Wednesday, you are going through it, darling. You really are, Sagittarius. Wednesday, we have the Nine of Swords, and that indicates sleepless nights and worry, overthinking, right? Temperance, balance. Listen, That's why I think it's really important to go. Maybe you're worried about the decision that you made. You're overthinking. It looks to me, Sagittarius, as you're really in your head this coming week. So you have, look, first of all, no future is set in stone. That's why these readings are so wonderful and so valuable, because they are guidance. It's what could happen, or how you can change your storyline, how you can change your own future. You are the author of your own story. So this is just warning you of little pathways that you can get stuck on, and it's telling you, so when you have these readings, then you have some kind of guidance and say, oh yeah, that's right, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to do this, you know, and it'll make you make wiser decisions because of it. So this is sleepless nights, overthinking, worst case scenario. And when we're in that mindset, you know, we can, it's like a self-professing prophecy. So we have to be, once we bring ourselves back to the look, when we are in the present moment, everything's fantastic. You know, come in, really engage in the present moment. Go inside and connect with source energy. There's nothing but peace, harmony, and love inside. So, Sagittarius, get out of your head. Come back in the present moment. You know, listen, the future, when you're in your head and you're daydreaming, it's like the future is fantasy, right? The past is a dream, and right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. I know you've heard that before, but I do like saying that, especially when that card comes up, because it's so apropos. Now, that's Wednesday. And on Thursday, this is the general reading and the general energy for each day. That's how I pull these cards. If you want a personal reading, the information is below in the description box, so you can get a personal reading via that. Now, on Thursday, we have the Seven of Wands, right? And it's funny because I always think of 7 as an introspective number, and it's about going inside, right? But this card is about standing up for your beliefs, almost. You know, it's almost like an activist card, if you will, if you like. But it's really about drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know, speaking up for yourself. And I think this is about having the courage to speak up for yourself. You know, it's about feeling worthy of what you deserve. So this is standing up. So this is about courage. So I would say, you know, tap into your courage. Speak your truth. And don't forget, always in strength. There's courage, and kindness is a strength in and of itself. So think about that on Thursday. And on Friday, it's like, darling, you have been through the ringer. And guess what? You are over it. It's that type of energy. You are ready to move on. You have had enough pain, and you're saying, that's it. I'm going to move on. I can no longer deal with this situation. I can no longer handle it the way I've been handling. I can no longer stay in my head, worrying about things. I am moving on, physically and emotionally. I'm done. It's almost like you are going to it's a transformation almost. It's like getting ready to transform your life. It's like you can no longer handle it. You can't live the way you've been living, and you're going to move on. That's on Friday. And on Saturday, we have the Tower, which to me is really indicative of this. So you're ready. You're done with moving on. Now you have a choice here. Maybe this is the choice at the beginning of the week, right? You can either choose to be the champion for change, because this is change. The tower is coming down. It's burning to the ground. There is no way around. Now, the tower is a physical transformation. So this, and you know, it can be internal too. This is you. If you don't change, but I have a feeling you are ready to change, Sagittarius. If you don't, it's going to be taken away, because in order for your life to, and this is so, you know, the total solar eclipse, this is what it's about. It's about letting things go. If you don't, they're going to be ripped away from you. So something that you've been holding on to, or, you know, even if it's worry and being up in your head a lot, Sagittarius, whatever it is, it's time. You know it's time. I don't even have to tell you, because you're feeling this. You're like, I'm done. That's it. It's almost like the switch, the lights come on. You've seen the truth, because we've got that full moon in Pisces, and secrets and the truth are coming out, right? So you can see the truth, and you just can't continue. You know it. No one needs to tell you. It's right here. And the tower's burning down. Now, you can either be a person that is just going to allow that to just get burnt, get ripped away, get burnt down, which is not a good feeling. It really isn't. Or you can be the champion for change and really change it yourself. Get up, you know, forget about the procrastination. It can be the shadow side of Sagittarius, because you're adventurous and you're out there, but there's a shadow side, which is, you know, procrastination. Don't. You be a champion for change. Take life by the reins and just go for it. Change it yourself. And I'll tell you why. Because Sunday, it can be that quick. So the tower burning down can just, you know, it can be a jolt. This is like, hey, wake up. This is a wake-up call. Wake up, you've got to change. Things are going to change right now. And they're going to always, when this happens, it's always for the best. Ta-da! The sun. So this is so beautiful, right? Because in the end, right, it's all fantastic. The sun is coming out, it's shining on you. Look up, well, don't look directly at the sun, it's not good for you, but look up and close your eyes and allow the sun to just shine on you. It's nutrient rich and it is abundance. So this is a beautiful card, and I really see that you have been through it, but you know, some of it has been physical, but some of it, this looks like a self-imposed torture almost. Listen, things happen. And if we take them in our stride and we just deal with them as they come up, or try to deal with them before they come up, you know, life can be it can be so much more easy for you, Sagittarius. So this is, you know, a wake-up call. It's like things need to change. You know it. I don't have to tell you. You've got this. This is you knowing that it's time to move on. Tens are the end. It's the end, and you are about to move on. You know it's the end. You know you can no longer live. So, no more sleepless nights, Sagittarius. Get out of your head, you know. Stand up for what you believe in and make a change. And this honestly is, look, the total solar eclipse is about change. It's about letting the old stuff go, letting it go. The Ten of Swords, moving on. It's about moving on. If you don't let things go, they'll get burnt down and taken away anyway. They're going no matter what. So let them go. Because by holding on to something, you are robbing yourself of a wonderful, bright and shiny future. Don't rob yourself. People hang on to stuff thinking that, oh my God, I'm going to die and this is what I need, and if I lose this, my whole life. No, things go because they're meant to go. You know, The only guarantee in life is change. That's it. And when we go down the river of life and we just allow the river to take us on an adventure, and we think of it as an adventure, then it's a wonderful journey. This is a journey, not a destination. And it's the people and the things, the people we meet, the things that we do
For a personal reading, please email
along
Mary
this way
at
that enriches our life.
liveinthesolution.com.
Don't rob yourself of that rich and fullness of life. Participate. Don't hesitate. Participate. That's your message, Sagittarius. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you next week.
For a personal reading, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.